Well, today I'm going to go ashore. I'm anchored in Sid Harbour. Today I'm going to go ashore and do the walk up the top of Whitsunday Peak. It's a pretty steep climb, long way up. I haven't done it for about 4 years, so it'll be interesting to see how I go this time. But we'll give it a sterling old shot. It's a pretty steep walk. Anyhow, we've got to go ashore, anchor the dinghy up somewhere where I can get it back in the water, and then we'll take the hike. Well, I've just come ashore. I've put on some long pants and some walking shoes, and we're going to head off on a trek up Whitsunday Peak. Well, it's pretty steep. Want a reasonable level of fitness to do it, I reckon. Pretty well straight up. Looking at the track behind me, it's straight up like that, but not doing bad for an old dude, I don't think. Well, I must be 2/3 the way up. It's a pretty hard climb. You don't want to do it unless you've got a little bit of fitness. I haven't got much, but it's pretty taxing. Beautiful scenery, and it's a well-marked path. You can't miss it. It's been a bit of a test. I just googled it. I got 500 feet to go, so I'm glad I'm nearly there. It's been quite a climb. Might be only 500 feet to go, but it's still up. Well, it's really beautiful out here today. I've changed my plans again. COVID-19 locked the borders up, and Wendy's stuck down in New South Wales. She can't get up here. She was going to come up and spend a few weeks around the Whitsundays with me, but that can't happen, so I was going to head further up to Townsville, but I've decided I'm going to spend a few days out here, and then with a bit of northerly weather I'm going to start heading south again. So I'll head back down there, and it'll take me at least a month to get back down to the Gold Coast. That's the new plan. Changes with the wind. after a few weeks in the Whitsundays, we've got a little bit of northerly for about 3 days, and we're going to jump on it and start heading south. It's blowing from the northeast at the moment. I'll get the tide when I get up around Pioneer Rocks, and we'll try to get down past Shore Island tonight, and then get up early in the morning and do a long one, probably down to Cape Townsend. Anyway, it'd be good to use a bit of this northerly while it's here. After a week or so of that, there's going to be a lot of southerly, so we'll be holding up somewhere to keep out of that. Been good in the Whitsunday, it's been great. Bit of a slower year because of the COVID pandemic, but still a beautiful place, and good to be heading south, but a little bit sad to be leaving. Sun's just setting. It's going to be a long night. I'm going to push through the night and head down as far as probably Island Head Creek, so we'll navigate through all the islands up here, and I should be down at Island Head Creek somewhere tomorrow morning, so it'll be a long one, but we'll get that out the way, and then it makes it a bit easier for the next couple of days. Had a good look around on the way up. Usually when you've got the weather, you use it on the way back, so that's what we'll do. Bit of sail out, off the beam a little bit fine, not too bad. We're holding sail, it's giving us another half a knot, so we're motor sailing along pretty nicely at the moment. Good to see the sun coming up. It's a pretty broken sleep. What I do is set my phone alarm for 15 minutes. So I'll sleep for 15 and then wake up, have a look around, check our course, check the radar, and then set it for another 15 minutes and have a bit more sleep. But so it's a pretty broken night. Anyway, we've made some good miles. It was very good travelling last night, and we're down near the Percy group, another 5 hours to the Percys, but once the sun comes up, it gives you a second wind, and hopefully we'll get a bit of breeze with the sun, and I'll get the sail out and we'll get a bit further down the coast. I don't think I'll be able to do it 2 nights running though. Well, it was a pretty pleasant overnighter. The wind hasn't really got up. There's probably just about enough here now to get the sail out and do some motor sailing. But what I'm going to do is pull into Middle Percy. We'll go up and have a look at the A-frame. I'll have a bit of lunch, and then we should be able to get the tide flooding and get a bit of tide as we head away from Percy. So I'll probably keep on going into the night. I feel pretty fresh, so it's good. I got a bit of broken sleep last night, so we'll push on a bit further south and maybe look at Pearl Bay for tonight. But I'll just have a bit of a rest here, have some lunch, and we'll go and have a look at the A-frame. It's 2200 and we've just arrived off Island Head Creek, so we're going to have to navigate in the dark. I'll use the chart plotter and the radar. It's quite a wide entrance, so I can stay in the middle pretty well, and it's high tide, so I should have plenty of water going in. So yeah, we'll get in and drop the pick, and I can get a good night's sleep and be refreshed for tomorrow. So just a little bit of night navigation, getting in through the entrance to Island Head Creek. Let's see how we go. We should be okay. We're in Island Head Creek, got here last night about 10 o'clock. The northerly's really got up. It's puffing up around 25, I reckon, at the moment. But I'm going to have to get on it and get further south, because I don't want to get stuck. If I stay here, I might be here for a couple of weeks and I'll probably run out of food. So I've got about 10 hours travel down to Yeppoon, so we're going to have to get out and ride this northerly. Mightn't be too bad, it'll be with us, so we'll get a bit of motor sailing in, and it shouldn't be too bad. When you're heading south, you always tend to do the longer trips, because it's a lot easier to get a southerly or southeaster than it is to get northerly, especially this time of the year. Like a bit of northerly this time of the year is not all that common, so when you get it, you usually tend to use it and head south on it. We'd better get organised and get going, I guess. It's going to be a bit ordinary out there, but we'll go and have a look. It's not very far down to Port Clinton, so if it's too bad, we'll hook in there and take shelter, but I think it should be alright once we get it behind us, and we can ride it down to Great Keppel. 'Great ride on that wind, up around 8 knots occasionally, so pretty good trip down so far. But it's fickle, it's dropped out now and gone back around to the northeast, and there's not really enough. I'm sort of tempted to get the sail out again, but there's not really enough there to warrant it, I don't think. And anyhow, we're only about 2.5 hours out of Great Keppel now, so we'll just see how we go. 4 o'clock start this morning. We're heading over to Cape Capricorn, and there's a spot over there called Yellow Patch. You need the tide to get in. It's very shallow at low tide, and you need a couple of metres on it to get in. But once you get in there, it's a really great anchorage, so we're going to go over and take a look at it. A couple of good walks, one right up to the lighthouse at Cape Cap, so we might do that while we're over there. We'll have a look at Yellow Patch and then make our way to Gladstone. So these are the waypoints I got off another person. We're going to sneak in on them and see how we go. At the moment, the tide is has a height of 3.41. There'll be plenty of water for me. I only draw 0.8, and we've still got a bit of tide to go. So we'll try sneaking in. We'll just do it on the sounder and do it slowly and see how we go. I anchored in Yellow Patch, and I'm just going to jump in the dinghy, go up around the corner, put the dinghy on the beach and walk up to the lighthouse, and some really good views from up there. Bit of a walk, a bit of a climb, all good exercise, so we'll head up there and see what we can find. Well, I brought the dinghy up along the beach just to get it in a bit deeper water. back around the corner there was okay. The beach was all right to walk on, but when the tide goes out, I think I might have been stranded up on the beach. So I've come up under Cape Cap. I'll put the dinghy here, and I think it'll give me better access when the tide goes out a bit. Well, I took the dinghy out up to my neck, and hopefully there'll be enough water there for it to float at low tide, so I should be able to get up there and back by then, I hope. Pretty heavy going. I haven't found a path yet. I've just come off one ridge and got to climb another one, so we're in through the scrub a bit. Get up on top of this one and have another look. Bit of prickly pear around you've got to be careful of too. The scrub's pretty thick, can't find a track, plenty of burrs on me. And there's open ground on the other side of it, but I've just got to find my way through. Pretty heavy going here though. Very good, I've found a track. This looks like it must be the service track up to the light. So we'll head up there, and it's a bit easier going, although it is going to get steep pretty soon, I'd imagine. I don't think there'll be too many vehicles coming past to give me a lift, that's for sure. This is a tramway. They bring supplies up to the light in. I hope you've enjoyed the trip to the light. I'm going to go back a different way. There's another track back down, and I've got to get out of here because the mosquitoes are just eating me alive. One downside of the place, there's lots and lots of mosquitoes. So let's head back to the boat and see if I can retrieve my dinghy off the beach. I do feel a bit like Bear Grylls doing these little excursions. The only difference is I haven't got a camera crew with me to help me out if something goes wrong. So I need to be pretty careful. I certainly hope that there is a track leading around to where I've got the dinghy beach, because there used to be, but I didn't come up this way, so we'll just have to wait and see. Here's the bottom of the trolley. Here's the track right up the hill. Beautiful day still. Quick drink. I'm going to take the path around the rocks to get back to that beach. I hope I get back in time to stop my dinghy from being high and dry. I think I should be all right, but we better keep going. I think I'll have my lunch on the go. You can't beat the old peanut butter wrap. Path's getting a little bit weather beaten. It looks like the bridge is out. There used to be a little bridge across there, but it's gone now, so we'll just have to crawl around on the rocks. Fun. Last time I did this walk, the path was pretty complete. It was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. Nearly all gone now, so we'll just be making our way over the rocks. I thought this was it, but we've got a little way to go yet. Good thing is the dinghy is still afloat. Didn't really want to get back there and have to slide that down the beach. Back to where we started, and I'm glad that that dinghy's still floating. I would have to drag it from the beach right up there if I'd put it on the beach, so a bit of pre-planning is always good. If I had to drag it from there down to here, it'd probably kill me. Anyway, it's nice and easy floating out there. Well, that was a bit of a trek. I've just had a shower and freshened up a bit. I hope you enjoyed that episode. The next one, we'll leave Yellow Patch and go down the outside and go in through the north entrance to Gladstone. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, ring the bell, give us a like. Cheers everyone.